Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about sociolinguistic principles and concepts that I consider really important to take into account as language teacher. First of all, I'm going to start meaning the concept sociolinguistic in my own words, as keeping in mind the start material. As the same word tell us, sociolinguistic are primarily interested in how people in a society shape a language, and also it is interested on the variety of a language and how this variety impacts people in a society. For example, when we travel to a different um, place, will be to other city or a different country, you our language or ways to expressing to others reveal some information about our tradition, cultural aspects, personalities, and some other things that make the language the way to understand the society. In the same way, I consider really important the use of sociolinguistics in the English classroom, right? Because this discipline give to the teacher give the teachers the techniques to analyze the different social aspects that influence in the language development, and also the teacher may perhaps create different strategies based on social values, attitudes, verbal variety of each student. Sociolinguistics has also some principles, and one of those is the variability of the language. This one means that, as we already know, many languages exist, and just 23 are using for more than half population around the world. In the same way, the multiplicity of languages focuses on each one. For example, Spanish only in Colombia has a lot of variation in dialects that change depending on the geographical area. We have then costeño, bogotano, cundiboyacense, paisa, caleño, and some others that identify different groups of speakers of this language. The last topic is a study by microsociolinguistics that, as we can see, it is focused on the in the language and the relation with society, so that variation of the languages are created by the social factors. Moreover, macro-sociolinguistic, other branch of sociolinguistics, studies the internal factors of the language in a wide sense, like what society do with their language, for example, identities, social actions, to the language. In this moment, when we can see societal multilingualism as the central topic of the sociology of the language, which study the distribution of the language and the dialects and the contact between language in the speech community. In conclusion, this is like this is a superficial approach to everything that makes up social linguistic, and its linguistic and linguistical and ethnographical aspects that help us to understand this process of acquiring English as a second language or as a foreign language and interpreting social reality. Finally, I hope I have been clear with my presentation. Thank you so much.